think we're back. I think. There we go. Sorry about that. I don't know if, because the battery got below 20%, so I don't know if the battery died or if the camera overheated, because it sure was pretty dang hot. So, give everybody a second to kind of get back on here. And see, hopefully we can get everybody back. We had a pretty good chunk of people that were watching, so. Yeah, my GoPro shut off, Larry. Well, I don't know if it shut off or it froze or overheated. Something happened, it started beeping and then all of a sudden shut off. So hopefully we're back where we need to be. So hopefully we can get back to, looks like we got a handful of people getting back in. So what happened, Larry? Did it just froze on your guys' screen and then shut off? Is that what happened? Hi, B. Tell you what, a loop knot is easy to tie until you have a bait on it. Don't tie your loop knots once you have a bait on there. This freeloader is new, and I don't want to What's up, Joe? Freeloader is new, so I don't want to mess it up. No pictures, just sound. Is that for everybody? I've got the picture on my end. Has everybody else got, Tim, you can see me? Perfect. Everything's live for everybody now, not froze, not nothing. Everything's good. I don't know how all this is gonna work. Like I said, it's gonna be a trial and error with everybody here. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if my GoPro just overheated or if the battery got too low to live stream, because it was down to like 18%. So I've never done the BKK heads before, Tim. I've always used the Frenzy heads. Awesome, Sledge Man. I'd love to take you guys out. I would definitely wait a month or so for it to warm up and let the fishing get right, because it's a little weird right now. We've definitely had some of the tougher trips that we've had in the past past week or so now, 2 weeks now. So still catching them, still catching the good, good size, 1.5 pound, 2 pound ones, but and I use copolymer for all of my big glide baits and big swim baits. I use copoly for all of those. All of my spinning rods get braid to fluoro though. And if you guys missed on the last one, I kind of said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I've always ran the Daiwa J-Braid Grand, and I've loved it. But I recently borrowed a rod from my partner, and he had some of the new fancy braid. So I think he had the Siglon PE something or other, but this is the All Might. So I got some All Might to try out and give it a whirl. I mean, this stuff casts so much easier than the J-Braid. The J-Braid is, you don't get wind knots with J-Braid, and it doesn't loop up, and haven't had any problem with it, so that's why I haven't switched. But definitely, when you're throwing the smaller minnows and that kind of stuff, this smaller thin braid makes a world of a difference casting. You can just basically flick the minnow and it just goes flying. So I'm hard-headed. I don't like to change stuff, but we're gonna swap out 2 rods here and give it a go and see how we like it. And I tie direct, Greg. I'm one of those people, I want to eliminate as many failures as I possibly can. And having a swivel or a snap or something like that just adds one more piece to the puzzle that can fail. So I don't tie to anything other than the eye. Really just depends right now, Tim. Sometimes you can find them up sitting on the points. I mean, it depends. Are we talking stripers or largemouth? The largemouth, I'm fishing it pretty, I'd be fishing pretty shallow. You're looking for those ones that are up there, just waiting for a gizzard shad to go by. So, I mean, I wouldn't be letting it sink down at all. As far as the stripers though, it really just depends. some days you can, you know, hit a point or a channel or something, and they're cruising only in 10-15 foot of water. And with how clear Pleasant is right now, I mean, these stripers can see that glide bait. You know, it's got 20-foot visibility in some spots, so you don't really have to let it sink down too much. Some of them, I mean, you got to let her get down to 30-40 foot, which is absolutely miserable, because you can't weight it too much, you know, because if you weight the glide too much, then you eliminate how it swims. So I like to run the fast sink draw. Everybody knows I like to do throw the draw 9 a lot, and the fast sink sinks at a decent enough pace that you don't have to wait forever. But I don't think there's a glide bait out there that's, you know, you can fish in 30-40 foot of water that'll stay down there. I use the P-Line CXX co-poly for all of my big glides and my draw 9s. I really like that line. It's 25 pounds, super strong. I mean, we just caught that 21.5 pound striper just a couple, I think it's been about a month now, but that bait, or that line, just, it's so dang strong. Like, it's honestly incredible how strong that line is. I got a Starlink Mini to go on the back of my boat. I have it mounted on a seat pole back there, so I'll have the Starlink going. That way we should have interrupted service, or uninterrupted service. If you could make me a glide that fishes, that I could fish way deep, that would be awesome. And I'm sure once that's made and I get to fish it a little bit, you'd have a little market, at least a little market of guys that would be willing to buy it. Because I hate waiting for a draw 9 to sink down to 30-40 foot of water. It takes thinking forever. And no, I haven't watched his feed from Dual Threat. As far as cheaper glide baits, Larry, the draw 9 is going to be about as cheap as you can get for a big glide bait at 50 bucks. I think they dropped their price to $49.99. So That's going to be probably your best bet for a cheaper glide. I know, I mean, the Spro Shads, I want to say they're 60 is what they cost now. So the Shads are sub 100, and then the Buka Trick Shads are also, I want to say they're 40 to 50 bucks, and those are a dang good glide bait for the money too. While we're on the topic of glide baits though, once I get this put away, Copper State just got some new ones in, made by a company called Tato. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It looks like Tato. But yeah, let me know, Greg. I'd love to take you guys out. And this thing, we just picked it up. Tato Designs. This thing is freaking beautiful. They have 3 sizes. This is the 7-inch. They have a 9, a 7, and I think the other one's a 5. But I mean, that thing, I don't know how close you can see, but this one's the foil face, so it's kind of just real subtle, kind of white base, has some gold, a little bit of gold that you can see as you roll it, gray back, and then real silvery gills that should have some serious flash to it. So this bait is pretty dang cool. I'm excited to see. I haven't thrown any of these, unfortunately. They're $180. So cool thing is though, every single one of the baits has line tied on it. So these baits get tested in a tank before they get sent out. That way, if there's something wrong, because with all these resin baits, they, you know, they're all hand poured. So if something's wrong with the bait and it doesn't swim right, it either gets tuned to where it swims right, or they'll junk it and won't send it to you, or won't sell it. So that's cool of them to do. I know a lot of people will do that, or a lot of the higher end glide bait makers will do that. That way you're not spending $200 on a bait and then you get it and it swims like garbage. So it's kind of cool. Excited to try this All Might out though, definitely. And awesome, that'd be sweet. I'd love to get a glide that sinks fast and stays, hopefully tries to stay down. Looks like we got a handful of people on now, a lot more than what we had earlier. So I'm just testing out the live, guys. If you're here, leave a comment so I can see. I know we've been chatting with a handful of guys, so if you could leave a chat, that way I can see that we're live and kind of interact with you guys for a little bit here. I got to run to the store here in a couple of minutes, so just getting a couple of rods rigged up for tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to be live tomorrow morning, probably 7:30, 8 o'clock out at Pleasant fishing. I'm just kind of testing it out right now, making sure that the live is working. We've had a little bit of technical difficulties. We've dropped out a couple of times, but as of right now, I mean, we're going on quite some time now. I think we're got to be 15 minutes or so into it and haven't had any problems yet. So definitely looking forward to seeing you guys, or you guys getting to see us fishing live, you know, seeing how we're actually doing it, not what's up, Evan? You know, seeing us out there fishing and not the stuff that's all cut and edited out and everything. Yeah, Tam, I am using my home internet. I've used the Starlink. I've been using the Starlink for like probably 2 weeks now, 2.5 weeks, and the Starlink works really well. So I'm not too worried about that, about the Starlink not working, because the Starlink is way better than my home internet. So, not too worried about that. My boat's a disaster. I got line everywhere. We're all hooked up now. I think we're ready to go. Go throw some minnows around. Shake some minnows at some stripers. What up, Chris? I don't know, let's see. Still good? I accidentally paused it on my end, so I don't know. We should still be good. Yeah, it looks like we're still good. Sweet. Gosh dang, I keep getting out of it. Awesome. I'm glad it's working here. What do you think? Should I try throwing a frog tomorrow? Probably not. It's dinner, Chris. It's what did you have for dinner? And I had a taco bowl, by the way. So, it'll be cool. I know I did. I don't know if anybody here is friends with me on Facebook, but I went Facebook Live last Wednesday when we were crappie fishing, but I couldn't interact because it was through my phone. So, when I'd be back there dropping a crappie in the live well or whatever, I could see your guys' comments. But now with the GoPro, I'll be able to have my phone. You guys will be in the back charging. You'll get to see everything, the surrounding. You guys can look at where we're at. You'll be able to see where we're at. And then I'll be able to have my phone up there. So as I'm fishing, you guys will be able to, ask questions, communicate, and that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to guarantee that you don't hear words that aren't appropriate. I'll try to tone it down, but you know how that goes. Every once in a while, you lose a big one or something like that. But we'll try to keep her appropriate to the best of our ability. Go through the old Copper State haul real quick. Obviously, we just showed you the Tato design one, glide bait, and of course, stocking up on the mooch minnows and the freeloaders, which I think I have. I'll probably throw a pack electric shad and gizzard shad. Throw a pack of each of those in the boat. I already have some. White and chartreuse mooch minnows, the little guys, that's what we've been catching the crappies on. And then of course, some Kitex for the A-rigs. My Kitex selection is getting slim. That's it. Evan, this is a Camus. up last week trying to boat flip a crappie. We got the replacement. So the cool thing about this is the iRod X-Pan. It is a 2-piece, so I tried to boat flip a crappie that was way too big to boat flip on a 7.7 ultralight, and I snapped it. So that was unfortunate, but cool thing about iRod has an awesome warranty, 60 bucks, and they send you a new rod. So fortunately, with it being a 2-piece, and it only broke on the front piece, he just sent me the front half, and we were good to go. So I should have known better than to try to boat flip a 1.5 to 2 pound crappie and you snap a rod. But I think that's it, guys, for now. I gotta run to the store. So I appreciate you guys hanging out here for a little bit, testing. Gosh, we were on for 26 minutes. So like I said, we're gonna be at the lake tomorrow, about 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere around there. We'll go live. We're gonna get out there, try to catch some fish. Tune in, let us, ask questions, watch away. It should be a lot of fun, and get to interact with you guys while we're fishing. So stay tuned. Tomorrow, 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere around there, we will be live at Lake Pleasant catching some fish. So